Hello there, Vic Benedict here. We're playing Dark Souls 1 on the PC. This is my walkthrough. We're now on the 31st installment, the Tomb of the Giants and Gravelord Nito boss fight. So this is where you begin to need the Sunlight Maggot Helm. In a moment we're going to be getting a skeleton, what's that thing called? It will essentially, I don't know what it's called, it will enable us to have a sort of a light waypoint so we don't get lost here. I don't think do I pick it up on camera? Yeah, I think I do. Yeah, I pick it up. We'll see what it is presently. So we don't have any spawn point to fall back on except a long way back, so you've got to be very careful here. Don't fall off the edge. This light should help you a little bit. Let's see, I think we need to go down again. Down here. This is really frightening when you first do this. A couple of these heavy hitting guys here. Yeah. They've got an attack where they two-hand their sword and like push it down on the ground. Staggers you pretty nice. But with them taken care of, we can proceed. Obviously they can be skipped. We're going to flask and then head down here. We're getting really close to that next bonfire. In fact, this is where it is, right to the left. And then this is the final bonfire before the boss fight. So access the bonfire, create your spawn point. And then I'm going to show you where that waypoint item is. Oh, it's called the Skull Lantern, my mistake. He is going to trick you and kick you off the abyss in a short little cutscene after we talk to him. So I'm going to show you just the acquisition of the Skull Lantern, and then I think we're going to have a crossfade back to the bonfire. So there's the Skull Lantern, and you want to equip it preferably in one of your shield slots so that you can use it and hit at the same time. And it has these blue lights in the darkness and shows you right where to go. Really nice. Almost considerate. So we're going to run past all these skeletons. And Nito himself is not that hard of a boss. He's just got a lot of lackeys and some pretty hard... I don't know if you would call them area of effects, but there are these blades that come up from the ground after you hear the screaming in the background. You'll want to evade a little later than you might think, and it's going to happen up here. Watch out for these skull stalks here. But what I disagree with is the fall damage that you take right before you get into the boss arena. I've always objected to that. And this run back is pretty brutal. If this were Dark Souls 2 or 3, there would be a bonfire in here for sure. Like right in here somewhere. And it looks like you might have a hard time finding out where to go, but the more you do this, the more it becomes second nature, like exactly where you need to go. Okay, and then it's just right up here. And then we're going to take on the boss. You might want to try putting the Slumbering Dragon Crest ring on. I read somewhere that if you have that on, it has a way of not alerting any enemies up here, so that not many of them will find... Oh, thank you very much for hitting me with that. But do you see the fall damage when you come in here? It's ridiculous. So I like to stay back here and just take care of these skeletons. And you have to be listening in the background for when the screams are going on, because about 3 seconds after they stop, there's going to be a blade coming up from the ground. It might be a little shorter than 3 seconds. But here he comes. this hulk of whatever. I don't even know what this thing is, just a whole bag of bones or something. But you deal pretty good damage with a buffed Silver Knight sword. The Quilax Fury sword works pretty well too. And he's got horizontal strikes that he favors, and what he also does is he'll fall down and then do that, which it can kill the lackeys, but you want to run away from it, keep your distance from it, and there was a fortunate evade right there. If you go too far, see that guy in the background? There are those large warriors back there, so if you stay up here, they're less likely to intrude. And a divine weapon really would help out here, but I think we're dealing pretty good damage so that we can actually just put this guy down without having to focus too much on these damn lackeys. There he's got a little spear poke that he does, and we're gonna buff again. So, I mean, I used to think this was incredibly difficult. It's not even that bad. It's just when there are so many lackeys up here, getting interrupted is pretty normal, and learning the timing to evade that knife stab from the ground is pretty tough. But he's got pretty slow attacks. He's not even that bad. And there's me doing the kick when I don't want to do the damn kick. Thank you very much for nothing. And that's a wrap. I mean, it isn't that bad if you keep focused and listen for the screams so that you can evade properly. And we have obtained another victory. Got a couple of good items there, and here is the boss bonfire right by the crypt. We're going to save our progress, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.